Alright, these next few items, can't remember exactly what I paid on these two. I think maybe 10 bucks each. This one, I think I paid $10 or $15 for it, can't remember. A heck of a deal on this one. This is still a current product. Go look it up, and even you'll say, dang. What is it? Well, it's a MFJ, and remember what I told you MFJ stands for. Everybody say it with me. Mighty Fine Junk. Deluxe Noise Cancelling Signal Enhancer. Looking forward to putting this in line and using it. Now, this is how it came. It looks new. Question the sticker on the bottom, but that don't mean that somebody couldn't have put it in the bag. But I mean, it's really clean. I mean, look at the shine. Don't even look like fingerprints are on it. So, not sure about what the sticker's about, but I'm going to go with it's new. Not been used. No box or anything, that's how it came. I have since ordered power plugs for it, and we'll need to wire up a cable and check it out. Looking, like I said, very much forward to using that. This next item is a Heathkit HD 1422 Alpha. It's a noise bridge. It's for receive only, and I believe, that one may also be for receive. I really don't know. Can't remember. Anyway, the model number on this is MFJ 1026. Look it up. You'll know. This one partially works. I think one of the controls might be goofy. I'll have to do a little bit more investigating into it. Definitely the SO239s are dirty, so that'll all be cleaned up. That could be part of the issue as well. These devices are designed to help you get rid of noise in your HF shortwave receivers. This one has got the sticky feet, so I'm going to have to pluck it off and put new ones. Again, this is a MFJ, model number 901 Bravo. Now this one you can hook up to your transceiver. And what this one does, it's a antenna tuner. So it'll take your mismatch ohmed antennas and allow you to dial it in. If you remember in my last ham swap video, I had that big massive box. Well, that's this, but only tinier. I'm not sure what the wattage is on this one, input. A couple 100 watts maybe, 100 watts. These next three items were freebies. Guy giving them away. Had two people in line looking at them, and I just bellowed out, well, if nobody wants them, I'll take them. And the two fellas in front of me that were already there said, hey, go for it, they're yours. It's like, okay. So I grabbed them, and I'm awfully glad that I did. This first device is a Logi-Key by Idiom Press, model number K3. This is out of, made by a company out of Oregon. I can't remember the name of the town, but I've been to the town a few times. Knew somebody who lived there. But what this is, I believe, is a digital keyer. I think you program these buttons, and instead of you sitting there pounding out on code your key or your message, like CQ, you just push your buttons and it'll do it automatically for you. And I think this is a speed control. Oh yeah, speed control. And not sure if it works. I tried jumping power to it. I don't have, well, I do have the plugs now. I ordered them and they just come in the other day. So I need to plug it in, but I tried jumping power to it on the board. I couldn't get anything, so hopefully with the proper power cable in, seated correctly, I'll get something, but yeah, neato. This item, some of you already saw. This is a Tech model number 1208 6-meter transverter. And what this does is you hook it up to your HF radio. I forget the frequency. I'll put it on the screen, but I think it's like 17 megs. I forget. I'll put it on the screen. And when you turn this on, it'll convert your radio into 6 meters. I've tested it. It works. In fact, it covers more than just a 6-meter band. It's pretty wide coverage. So really, really excited to have that. And I'll hook that up to one of my HF radios that don't have 6 meters and play with it. The next item, again, freebie, all three of these came in the same package from the same guy, is a Yaesu FT757GX. This is a HF rig, 160 through 10 meters only with general coverage receive, shortwave receive. The radio sort of kind of works. Most of the screws are missing. It's already been separated. What happens is you power it on. You do get the light here does illuminate. You can push your Vox and it will appear to transmit. Get no RF out. The display doesn't. The LCD display does not illuminate. FM is nice and loud. The others are kind of soft. There's a fella on YouTube that had the same exact issue with his. His turned out to be kind of simple to fix. Through the comments, I see a couple of them were like that, different areas, and so we will do hopefully a repair video on this, and then I'll have me a nice free HF rig. So this will make base number 2 for me if I can get it up and running to have. So I'll have 2 base HF rigs and 2 mobile HF rigs. Exciting. So look forward to a video on this radio sometime in the near future. Say sometime between now and 2035. How's that sound? Alright, next few items here. There was a silent auction and the wife and I bid on some things. I lost, didn't win. The wife, however, did pretty good. I'll just show you a couple of the items that she picked up. One of them is this brand new Elenco DM30 power supply. I would show you the power supply, but it's already in line at her radio location. So we won't be doing that. but brand new. She bid just under $58 on it, and she was the high bid on that one. It's a really nice power supply. I was kind of like, great, a switching power supply? Really don't think so. It doesn't weigh much more than this empty box. But honestly, it does a good job, and there's no complaints of noise from it. So I've always been a big fan of Elenco, and they definitely came through on this. If I was a fanboy of any brand for HF or for ham gear, it probably would be Elenco. I really like Elenco, but I also like Kenwood and Icom and Yaesu, but I think Elenco and Kenwood. The other thing that she bid on and won is this Signalink USB sound card radio interface. By Tigertronics. I have not played with this device. This is one of the few items I haven't played with. Just haven't had the time. As you can see, it's a really tiny device. So these are this is like the MFJ stuff that I've bought a couple of swaps ago, except for this is newer technology. So we'll see how good I am at getting that to work. This is the first time really I'm pulling this out of the case to look at it. So we got our USB cable, some jumpers, and a wrench. So apparently we tear this apart and jumper it for your radio. Yeah, if you're using Icom, Kenwood, Yaesu radio, then you'll need to configure the Signalink with the jumper module or the jumper settings shown above. So, yep, that's what that is. You configure that for your radio. And we got software. Hate these peanuts. You probably don't know this because you don't live in California probably. But California has outlawed all these styrofoam peanut things. So it's illegal in California to sell those, use those. So ship them to California. Alright, the next item that we bought, she bought for me, was this right here. I already have one of these in line, but I was needing another one. And what this is a power strip. These are kind of out of favor these days. Everybody's going to Anderson power poles, which her power supply offers support for as well. Wow, the cabling on this is a lot different than what's on my old one. Oh, look at that. You know, this actually feels like speaker wire is what it feels like. Really thick rubber speaker wire. My other one actually came with rings on there to attach to your power supply. That's junk. But I do like these power strips. Not only do they offer banana jack support, but you could also put the ring around them, and these poles have the holes in them, so you could shove wire through them. So very versatile banana plugs. I really like them. I forget what they're rated at, amperage wise, of 15 amps. But you know, I actually drive more through them. I have a 50 amp power supply that I used to have it connected to, and it'll be connected to again here soon. But it's not uncommon for me to run 25 amps or so through them. And $20 on this device. I bought my previous model back in the 90s, and it's been a good strip. Very fat and happy with them. I almost forgot to tell you, the price she bid on this was $40. Alright, this next group of stuff, I can't remember what I paid, but I think I paid about $15 each. Can't remember. And if you were to price them, you'll find out that that is a well of a deal. First thing is this array solution. It is a RF limiter arrestor, receiver front end protector, for 1 through 150 megahertz. And basically it's a lightning surge protector kind of thing. Next item is from Industrial Communications Engineer Limited. This is a model 403. This is a bandpass filter assembly for 160 meters, 1.8 to 2 megahertz. And you can put this in between your transceiver. It'll support up to 250 watts. Have not tried this yet, but what it should do is allow you to monitor 160 meters without getting QRM or noise from AM radio or other strong signals in or near. This next item is also by the same company, Industrial Communications Engineer Limited. This is a model 124BX, and this is a RF receiving preamp assembly for 80 meters, 3.4 through 4 megahertz. And it is what it says it is, a preamplifier. Have not tried it. Alright, this next item we got is a cardboard box. I needed a cardboard box so I could, I don't know. Alright, so what this is a prescaler by CSC, Continental Special Corporation. 500 megahertz prescaler, model number PS-500. Have not tried this yet. Because I think I don't have the right size power plug, and that might have been part of the batch that I did buy. I think one of the plugs will fit into it. Comes complete with the instruction manual. And RCA plug. As stated, I have not tried this. I have a plethora of pre-scalers. I really intrigued by them. Those and signal generators and function generators, frequency counters. As you know, I've got a plethora of all the above listed. For those that don't know what a pre-scaler does, basically what it will do is, let's say you have a frequency counter that only goes to 125 megahertz. And back in the 1970s, 125 was about as high as you would go. But what if you're working on a radio that goes higher than 125? Let's say you need 2 meters, 144 through 148 megahertz, or even 440 megahertz, the 70 centimeter band. So you need 400 to 450, or whatever the scenario is. Whatever falls underneath 500 megahertz. Frequency counter does not support that, so you need to get a device like this, which will now allow your 125 meg frequency counter to read higher frequencies. And I have not demoed one of these yet on my channel, but I do have plans on doing that. So look forward to a pre-scaled demo sometime in the future. Okay, next up we have this radio made by Burger King. And the box says that it's a model number DPHX 5102X. A portable VHF 5 watt 400 channel digital analog MTL, what is that? Military? Metal? I don't know. Frequency coverage of 136 to 174 megahertz. Awesome. Open that up. And we get not only one, but we get 2 owner's manuals. Well, that's kind of cool. Got me a handheld radio. Now this is a commercial rig, but unfortunately it is not the digital rig. It is indeed the analog rig. It's a little dirty, but a little cleanup will make it look nice. Did not get the belt clip. This one here is actually model number ASY 900. No, I lied. That's the FCC ID. Model number is EPH 5991 Alpha. Unfortunately, not the digital. What's the difference? Well, digital will sell for $1,000, $1,200. The analog, $100 maybe. One neat thing about it is I got the battery pack, which takes pin-light batteries. It's one of the reasons why I bought it. Also got the rubber duck for it. Got the door that should go, or you can't see it. Should cover this up. So as you can see, it's been off since new. And then new little pack here. What this does is you're able to reprogram the buttons. You're able to reprogram this whole radio for whatever it is you want. Now, I was just joking when I said Burger King. It's actually Bindex King. And unfortunately, it does not cover the 2-meter ham bands. So I will have to use, what is it, the pink channel, blue channel, brown channel, whatever channel is still left is where I'll be able to legally use this radio on. Pretty good condition. The PTT rubber is broke down. Otherwise, the radio works. And I need to get the cable for this so I could reprogram it for the frequency of my choice. And then the software. Software, I believe, is free download off the internet. And cable, I think there's somebody that shows you how to make your own cable with a DB9, I think it is. I'd just soon find one that's already made, because I don't know if I have a DB9 in the stuff that I have. I may, but rather just find one pre-made. So, radio does work. Very, very pleased with the radio. The radio was designed for commercial applications, primarily fire, forestry, that kind of industry. It's a really robust radio, and so take a licking or a beating or take something. Also with it, I got the drop-in charger with half of a mounting bracket on it. I paid $15 for the radio. This lovely microphone here is a Cobra microphone, model number CA-72. This microphone, well, as you saw, compression type. It has a compressor built into it, which means this microphone is a little meaty to go by. I only paid $15 for this microphone. I only bought it because I've not seen a Cobra desktop microphone. So I thought, well, you know, it's kind of cool. Nice looking mic. Don't know if it works. Have not tried it. The button works. The lock works. And the knob works. It has a 5-pin plug on it, so it was probably wired up for a unit in of some flavor. The head on it is a little wiggly, so I'll need to tear the bottom off and tighten that up. But yeah, I'm looking forward to using this. I might actually put this one in line for my base station microphone on all my gear. So, looking forward to that. This item is an item we got from the guy that we bought a whole bunch of stuff from, the non-ham. And I've loosely been looking for these. I'd prefer the LED version, but this will work. If you know anything about them, you know that these dumb things can bring big money. Not sure if that switch is supposed to be inset or not. I have to tear it apart. I did a quick test, and I could have been doing something wrong, but I think one of the channels does not work. I think this channel here doesn't work, left channel. So a lot of this stuff I did a really quick down and dirty test. Some of the things I just hadn't had time to play with for one reason or another, like this. I don't really have a radio. I mean, I do, that has that plug, but I'm purposely not using that radio for a YouTube video, and we'll get into that another time. So I could wire it up for another radio. I just, at the moment, just busy too many things going on. The ranch definitely consumes vast amounts of my time, along with life in general. This next item, isn't that a lovely looking box? This is a controller for rotators. Remember in my last video there at the end I showed you those big massive antenna rotators? This is a control box for it. And it powers on, illuminates, that much I could tell you. Can't tell you anything else other than the price. I paid $30 for this. Didn't haggle with the guy, thought it was a fair enough price. This radio here, again, did not haggle. This is a B-Tech from Baofeng. I'm not a big fan of Baofeng radios. I don't like them. I got 4 of them. That's how much I don't like them. But honestly, I don't like them. But I do use them. I do use 2 of them quite a bit. The reason why I don't like them is when I first bought one of them, powered it on, I didn't know anything about them. I wasn't really in the hobby. Went to a ham swap looking for test gear, saw one. I paid $20 for it. And I did not know at the time anything about the radio, because if I did, I wouldn't have paid $20, because brand new they sell for $25. Maybe that was the turnoff. Also, the way how the radio functions. It's not your typical radio where you turn it on, you have some choices, there you go. This thing is jam-packed with everything, and you have to program the radio. Really program the radio. And that turned me off. But over time I have used the radio and I could work the radio. I'm no longer a appliance operator. I could work the device. But I use them because, as I stated, $25 brand new for a 2-meter 440 radio. You get everything. So I don't mind taking them out and dropping them, beating them up, whatever. They're cheap. To replace the battery, it's going to cost you $15. So it's like $15 for a battery or $25 for a whole new kit. What do you do? I picked these things up cheap. I only bought this one because this is a tri-bander. This is 2 meters, 220, and 440. That's the only reason I bought it. I paid $15 for it. I bought this from the same guy I bought the Redivis. And the radio does work. So that is the only reason it's 220. I don't have a 220 HT. And this one came with this really big rubber duck, which will soon get replaced. And that. I already have the programming cable, got the programming software. And one day I will probably make this, did not come with the clip, but that's okay, I got the clip on my other radio. I will probably make this my primary radio. Up to this point, it's just, 2 meter 440, but I got a much bigger battery. I'll get a better antenna. I've got the speaker mics for them. So me and the wife, when we go to ham swaps or someplace where we think that we may need communication, we'll take them with us. And they work. Again, you drop them, who cares, $15 or $25, whatever. The tri-band, I think, sells for $30 or thereabout, brand new. And cut. camera off. Okay, this next batch of stuff came from the one guy that the wife bought a whole bunch of stuff from. So it was all lumped into that $100 price. First thing, we have this. Apparently this is for prison. This actually works. This is a science fair voltometer. And if I remember right, isn't Science Fair by Radio Shack? Uses those pin connectors. And again, like I said, it works. Works that good. And since it fell apart, let's go ahead and look at the back. That is the only issue with it, is it no longer stays in its box. Guy had it taped, and I removed the tape because I didn't understand at the time why it was taped, but now I do. This I'm really excited to have. This is a series parallel RC combination box. There's a lot of test gear. The guy had a lot of stuff. Wasn't high-end stuff. It was older stuff, and I don't mind that. A lot of it I didn't really need, but I wouldn't mind having, some of it. But I went ahead and passed. Like most of you, I've got those cheap eBay Elenco boxes, which seem to work okay. But now I got this, and I'm real happy to have this. My testing shows that it does work. Only thing wrong with it is it's got a chip in the cabinet, which is okay. So it's really cool. You could emulate shorts or opens. Or open shorts. I don't know. Here's something too that I was intrigued by. I don't need this. I've got generators that do what this will do. But it was there. And I thought, why not? He turned us onto a deal throughout the day, so let's grab it. Here we have a Motorola tone generator, model number TEK1 Alpha. And it is just exactly what it says it is. It does a 400 or 1000 hertz tone. And then you can adjust the gain with this. It does work. It works really well. Enough to excite a frequency counter. Want to tear it apart? I haven't opened it up yet. Batteries that are in it already work. I have no idea how old it is. The batteries, that is. So I'm kind of interested to see what the inside looks like. It's not 100% on frequency. It's close enough. So it'll be neat to see how it was designed, and can you calibrate it? Or is the calibration done by resistors? I don't know. Not going to worry about it too much. If there is trim pots, then yeah, we'll dork with it. Here's something else that I reached for that I really wanted. All those RF connectors. And if you've ever bought RF connectors, you know how pricey they go for. Didn't open the door because I wasn't sure if everything would stay in, but it looks like they are. So, we got in connectors. Silver in connectors. I mean, you know, you're talking at least $10 a pop. And I don't suspect the silver one's going to be Chinese. Not seeing a maker on it. But, well, I mean, you know, they're all from that region of the world, but better quality. Silver. Got some chassis mount stuff. These are good to have. I got about 3 or 4 of them, but it's nice to have more. You could use these here to plug into your vintage scanners that take the old car antenna style input, and that's essentially what this is. And you could also use these on your old car stereos for the antenna input. Got original earbuds. I never use those, never will, don't like them. Speaking of your car stereo, and over in this one we got a bunch of them. Brand new one. I have tons of these. It's good to have more, I guess. Same with these. Got a lot of those. A ground tap for 75 ohm. T-connector. Chassis mount SO239er. F connector to RCA. So a lot of this stuff I have, but it's nice to have more of. You know, you play in the RF world, you definitely need connectors like this. And even though I have a lot of connectors, it doesn't hurt to have more. Matter of fact, here's from my private supply of RF connectors. And if we look above my workbench, something that you guys don't get a chance to see, you'll see 2 bins right there. Those are all full of, well, mostly full of RF connectors. This one here has got some other stuff. I'll probably be moving those out of there and then filling those up with RF adapters. Okay, so this item right here is a Signier Power. I'm sorry, that's the name brand, Signier Power. Here you can see. That's what it is. And that thing weighs a ton. Weighs about 900 pounds. It is very, very heavy. The applications for this is power tools, circular saws, drills, grinders, blah, blah, blah. Coffee makers, blenders, ice cream makers. Yeah, I'm going to buy that to run my ice cream maker with. VCRs, TVs, etc. Features high overload ability, up to 300% rated of power for 20 seconds. Low quiescent current, low power, power saving mode to conserve energy. 4-step intelligent battery charger. PFC for charger, power factor corrector. Powerful charge rate of up to 120 amps. Selectable from 0 to 100%. 10 milliseconds typical transfer time between battery AC and AC. Guarantees power continuity. Smart LED remote control panel. Blah, 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 blah. Looks expensive, sounds expensive to me. I know you could also run your car off of the dumb thing. So if you got a smart car, electric car, this is what you want, this is what you need. This little guy, the price I paid on this was $0. It was a freebie. Wasn't exactly what I thought it was, but I mean it is. I saw the pure sine wave and I thought it was a 12 volt to 120 volt converter, which in a way it's what it is, except for this requires 48 volts to 120 volts. The guy I got this from said it was in service, it went pop, and that was it. He went down, bought a new one. I think they're like $1,400 brand new, and brought this out to the ham swap and gave it away. So I took it. I figured if nothing else, I got parts. I do believe there's 2 very heavy transformers in there. I would pick it up and spin it around, but it's very heavy. We've got our battery input here, and then over on that side we've got our 120 volts out. Got a display here and some idiots displays there. I know it's got a reset on the other side for the power out, and I would imagine there's fuses on the inside. I will tear it apart to see. I'm just now noticing I am missing a screw out of here, but we've got one there. So I don't know if it's already been breached. The screw heads do not feel like they're burred. So it's plausible either he was real gentle about it or it just fell out on its own accord.